thank you for watching my review of the 2010 Scorpet RDT 165. The first thing you'll notice about this design is its reverse draw. The limbs and the riser are reversed in comparison to the design of a conventional crossbow. This places the string at the end of the barrel, giving the RDT a 20-inch draw. A couple other notable features of this crossbow are the limbs, which are supplied by Barnsdale, considered by many to be the best limb supplier in archery. The limbs are attached to a forged riser, which is very heavy duty. The strings and cables are supplied by Winner's Choice. Now this bow is known right now for its smoking speeds. That 20-inch draw on 165-pound Barnsdale limbs puts a 400-grain arrow out at 425 feet per second. Currently, it's the fastest bow on the market. It also produces the greatest kinetic energy of any bow on the market, well over 160 foot-pounds of kinetic energy. But it's not just fast, it's also extremely accurate, capable of same hole groups at 30 yards. I'll be producing a separate video showing me shooting this at 30 yards so that people can see that I'm not playing any camera tricks or anything, and see how close this thing can group over and over and over again. Now that speed and accuracy come at a price. It is also one of the heaviest crossbows on the market today. It's 11 pounds. That compares to 8 to 8.5 pounds as the average weight of a compound bow, or 6.5 to 7 pounds for the average weight of a recurve crossbow. Now, that's going to be weight that you have to carry in the woods. However, once you're where you're getting at, that 11 pounds is extremely well balanced, making it very easy to shoot. My hand is completely flat, and it's supporting the entire weight with no tipping whatsoever. Makes it very easy to hold for an offhand shot. A crossbow just does not get it balanced any better than that. Another feature of this crossbow that some people misunderstand is the folding stock. This folding stock was necessitated by the position of the string, because you must reach so far over the crossbow to set up the hooks of your cocking device or your sled. We'll show you some other ways of cocking it as well, where actually you can stand with this between your legs as you cock the crossbow. Makes it much easier to cock. But when it's fired, you always have the stock in a closed position. The balance of the RDT 165 also makes it very easy to shoot with a shooting stick, such as this one from Cabela's. Just place the Y right below the riser, and it's perfectly balanced. Very easy to hold for a steady shot. The RDT 165 is supplied with an aluminum cocking sled. It's very easily cocked by folding the stock, putting your foot through the stirrup, placing the sled on the string, getting the cocking rope into the notch at the back of the stock, grabbing the handles, pulling straight up, putting the safety on. As you can see, because of the 20-inch draw, you do have to lift the handles quite a bit. That can be a challenge for a lot of people. It was for me when I got started with this. But with time, you can get good at it. It's also available with a crank cocker. Before firing, you fold the stock back into the firing position, load an arrow, and you're ready to go. The trigger is what I would consider a rolling trigger design. Now, some people often mistake a rolling trigger for a trigger with creep. A rolling trigger does have travel like a trigger with creep. However, the travel in a rolling trigger is completely smooth, very precise. It's the same pressure at the start of the travel as at the end of the travel, and the trigger breaks with a surprise, and that's this trigger. And as you're seeing right now in this close-up, you can see that there is travel to the trigger, but then it just snaps. Now, the reverse draw design combined with 11-pound weight greatly reduces the shock felt by the archer. In this clip, the bow is set straight down on top of a sandbag, not attached in any way. And I'm squeezing the handle just tightly enough so that I can pull the trigger. you'll see that actually after I pull the trigger, my finger comes completely off. All the shock that you see is all the shock that this bow does. So as you can imagine, when you have the stock to your shoulder and you're pulling on the hand grip, this bow goes nowhere. Now this smoothness is required for hunting purposes because you're not going to see the arrow in flight. You're not going to see an arrow sticking out of your game animal letting you know where you hit it. You're going to have to observe the reaction of the game animal to help you understand whether you got a good hit or not. All in all, this is a wonderful hunting package. It's a wonderful package for somebody who just wants to shoot very precisely. It's not a bow for everyone, but I do encourage you to try it. So thanks for watching my review of the 2010 Scorpit RDT 165. Happy shooting.